And I think in Aliou Cisse, they've got a really promising coach. I'm really interested to see what his next move is, because he's already won AFCON, hasn't he? He's probably not going to win the World Cup with Senegal, but you'd say he's kind of completed the job. So interested to see what he does next. I think that losing Idrissa Gueye for the England game might prove to be fairly significant for Senegal.
He got a yellow card for clattering platter. Basically, Senegal took the lead through a penalty won and converted by Ismaila Sarr, which moved them in second place in the groups behind Netherlands. But then Caicedo, from the corner, I think it was, equalised. This was 66 minutes in, and Ecuador were back into second place, and Senegal seemed to take that personally.
Yeah, because then Koulibaly, who I thought actually probably was at fault, Adrian thinks that it was the whole Senegal defence for the goal that they conceded, but it looked to me as though it was Koulibaly who'd lost his man. But there he is, hooking in what I'm going to call a trademark volley. If you look at the goal that he scored for Chelsea against Spurs earlier this season, this was very, very similar to his first international goal, which I was surprised to learn. Kalidou Koulibaly,
a Chelsea player who's not been doing too well for his club, but doing well internationally.
All of a sudden, it's become the theme, hasn't it? Yeah.
He sorted his feet out so well for that goal because it all happened so quickly. But he shuffled his feet and he got himself into a position where he could just get a decent bit of contact onto the ball. I thought it was a finish that he should feel incredibly proud of. I mean, it was just an example, wasn't it, of a big player in a big match stepping up with a big moment. And Koulibaly was the hero for Senegal. They were good. I thought they, again, with the pressure on, they raised their game. And Aliou Cisse, I think, is a decent tactician. It certainly worked out Ecuador pretty early on in the game. Ecuador were a mess, by the way. I made them favourites going into the game based on what I'd seen previously, but the back four were panicking from minute one.
Right.
I was looking at the rear guard. Now, they should be either in a line or the centre-back should be just a yard behind the full-backs, on the bevel. That's how you should be. And they were just like a jaggedy. One player was in front of the other one was behind. It was a mess. And if you look at that first goal where Senegal win the penalty from the quick free kick, that back four is all over the gaff, and that was the theme really, as far as I could see it. And Senegal were good enough to take advantage. And there's got some good players, haven't they, Senegal?
So Gueye is not going to be available for the game on Sunday against England. What else can we expect from the Lions of Teranga, the reigning African Cup of Nations champions, of course?
Well, I think that is really important because they're winners. They've climbed the mountain, haven't they, already? I know it's the African Cup of Nations where they're among the favourites, but they've still won a major trophy. And what I saw here was a team that's got a lot of spirit, character and organisation and grit, really. Even though they were better than Ecuador, there were still moments in the game where they needed to sort of pull together as a group, and they did it. And I think they'll be quite tricky opponents for England. Yeah, they are tactically, I would suggest, the most astute African side at the tournament.
How do they play then, Adrian? I mean, in this game, they were very much seemed to be coming at you.
They were down the wings. They were good down the wings, weren't they, Matt? I mean, Ismaila Sarr down the left. We know all about him. Iliman Ndiaye down the right for 3/4 of the match. Sheffield United player that we know very well. This is a kid that's been brilliant this season. Was in non-league 2 or 3 years ago. He's come into the EFL and he's shone for Sheffield United as a striker, as a number 10. I've seen him play in central midfield for passages of games. He's looked great in all of them. And in this game, he was on the right wing and he looked at home, I thought. So they got good wingers. I think they're lacking a striker with no Sadio Mane. I think that's an issue. But in general, they are strong at the back and down the wings. And I think it will be an awkward game. It's one England will be favourites for, but they have dangerous players.
All 5 of their goals so far have come from different players. Matt, anything you'd like to add about Senegal?
I wasn't going to say that, I did tip up Iliman Ndiaye on the show that I was on last week to be one of the
Did you, Matt?
potential, one of the potential game changers for Senegal. I think that's going to be interesting, whether it's a half-fit Kyle Walker or Kieran Trippier and Luke Shaw against Sarr and Ndiaye. That's one to watch. I mean, was that the most beautifully dispatched penalty of the tournament so far. I do feel like we've seen some good ones, but when you get it right in the corner of the net like that, it's so aesthetic.
Nonchalant, wasn't it? It couldn't have been more in the corner, and it was so cash the way he delivered it, wasn't it? I mean, I don't know how they do that in those real pressure moments, just to stay as calm as that.
Hello there. If you've enjoyed this video, why not subscribe to this channel? And if you'd like more Totally Football Show content, then just search for us on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. Not an Athletic subscriber yet? Then just head to theathletic.com/totally to find out our latest entry offer.